Now to a Target 8 investigation and a letter showing Michigan is making a lot of mistakes when it decides who should get food help. It happens in states across the country, but Michigan's high error rate could lead to bigger problems with the federal government. 24-hour News 8's Tony Talavia live in studio with what he found.
Rick, we got a copy of a letter sent from the federal government to the state of Michigan showing that by one measure, Michigan makes 3 times as many mistakes as the national average when denying applications for food help.
Sadness, frustration, little anger.
She was denied food help 3 times, so the state's error rate isn't much of a surprise to Marty Birdsall.
I was going down to the DHS office, getting their really long application, filling it out, and sending it, bringing it or mailing it back to them, and I was always turned down.
All those denials when the Granville woman was likely eligible. Likely eligible because on her 4th try, with little change in her limited income, she got the okay.
It's not a lot that I get a month, and I still go to the food truck giveaways, but it helps a lot.
A letter sent by the USDA and obtained by Target 8 shows Michigan's error rate in denying applications for federally funded food help was 28%. Compared to the national average of 9%. That number includes those who should get help but are denied and administrative errors. There is another error rate that could mean federal penalties for cash-strapped Michigan. The Great Lakes state is the 4th worst when it comes to over and underpaying recipients. The rate includes giving help to those who are not eligible. High error rates between 2005 and 2007 forced Michigan to invest $1.7 million of state money to fix its system. And it would have had to pay another $1.7 million as a penalty to the federal government, but last year's numbers improved. This year's letter says Michigan's rate is again too high, one of 8 states in that position. If that doesn't change next year, Michigan could again be forced to invest state dollars in fixing the system. Another 2 years of high rates, and Michigan will face a federal penalty. Marty Birdsall says she thinks she knows why the state makes so many mistakes.
I think DHS is overwhelmed. I would really wish that one of the things the new governor would do would be an overhaul of that system.
A spokeswoman for the State Department of Human Services got back to us on this story late this afternoon. She says the state is already making changes like customized training when errors are repeated. The spokeswoman says those changes are working. One key error rate is already coming down. As for why the errors are happening, the spokeswoman points to dramatically higher caseloads and a learning curve with implementing a new system to determine eligibility.